Hi folks, well, now we're talking about a thing that is very, very controversial. It is based on these facts of everything nuclear, against nuclear energy, against nuclear weapons and lies and everything in between regarding the use of nuclear attacks and all that stuff, right? This is a way to prevent that for over the years, the dangers of nuclear weapon attacks, as we have noticed it since 1945. This is like not a way of using of the prevention of nuclear weapons, nuclear energy, nuclear fuel. Well, it was used by submarines as the first thing of the purpose, but the dangers of misuse of nuclear weapons and nuclear power plants, and this is what it is. Testing these dangerous weapons could harsh to be more in the world's danger of a nuclear holocaust in somewhere in some part of the world. Yes, the US has done that, and then this is a country that I wanted to go, and then this is sad, and this saddens me. You know, it is like, what the heck is this prevention? And this prevention of sometimes church and state gets involved in things, and then this is where it is. Out of my belief system, or how I was raised, sometimes the church that I went to another denomination or something like that, but sometimes the churches I go to, sometimes it gets involved in these things that I might just freaking agree with, you know? Some prevention of saying that a double-edged sword or something like that. You know, North Korea, on the other hand, has developed nuclear weapons, and then we have to, stop. Iran, there's controlling the fire right there, and then why the hell did we have to use these kinds of weapons at the first place? It's because people don't know, they're ignorant, and they might say, alright, this is okay, use it. Yeah, 2 bombs and you kill people. Now, why the hell you have this? And this is the situation of this thing. Is this, you know, you have other things and other massacres and all the Holocaust in Germany, if you could remember. This was a prevention of what Adolf Hitler has done during World War II, killing Jews. And then you have and then you have the old question of sexual slavery that has done by the Romans. You know, back in the Roman days, you know, this has returned. The Romans has had their CWs in their own times. You know, providing sex for Roman soldiers. Yeah, we're talking about that. And then the Japanese doing the same thing too. You know, this is more it is. It's not like that. You know, everybody has their flaws. Nobody's perfect. It's like this. And then we go to the nuclear weapons part. You cannot praise and suffer for what they have done, for wrongdoings. Oh, great, nuclear weapons. Oh, great, the Fukushima plant, nuclear power plant. The only way to prevent the nuclear power plant is that you stop using these, and development of cold fusion, a great and safe technology used. It has to be used in Japan and used in the US too. I think the US and Japan will be the first ones to have to develop the cold fusion technology for safer energy. And then in the other hand, you have this kind of prevention. Book burnings, thank God you have this Pope is an Argentine guy, and then you don't have somebody that tries to agree or something. This is more like, I'm saying, it's okay for the Irish, the Ireland and IRA to deal making free trades with Japan. That's okay. But with this kind of mutual relationship, if Ireland and Japan be strong, then the British have to spy and warn the Chinese. Why? It's just for prevention of what it is. We'll try to prevent another nuclear holocaust. This is what it is. Sometimes I might be either agree with this thing of, yeah, used the last time, but now this is more like, that was before I was like, oh, so stupid of me. What is so stupid? What's wrong with me? It's just saying being double. It's like saying, you know what, if this Nanking massacre has never happened, but if it does happen, if it did happen, and books burn, then I think the Church of England, the Anglican Church, will be known as the People's Church. Be affiliated, be part to work this together, as the Anglican Church will be officially provided by the Chinese government in case of these situations that you go enter China. Yeah, enter it to the Chinese government's approval that the acceptance of Anglicans in China is approved by the Chinese government. In the prevention to spying on the IRA, spying on the IRA just in case Japan and Ireland doing mutual business relationships and camaraderie, and then just in case you have some Pope right there burning books. In the case of this situation, the Japanese might just hate on Britain, and then this is more like a prevention to say that, yeah, they're providing this and they're providing this. Yeah, nuclear Americans attacked by nuclear bombs, but it's okay for the Irish to use nuclear weapons. That's kind of like a double-edged sword. You have people saying that you have suffered, but then agrees that if they don't believe what these guys have burned books, burning books means, okay, here's that IRA being developing something that us Americans would use back in 1945, and then hear, oh yeah, it's okay, do that crap, because they don't believe of whatever what they don't believe, what we believe in terms of the Nanking documents are destroyed, is approved, is destroyed. Protestants, in the other hand, are brainwashed. No, this is more like a trying to prevention between Protestants and Catholics, and China joining the British dynasty era or whatever. It's more like to prevent the use of everything nuclear weapons and nuclear energy. This is more like, I'm saying, a strong message to all you folks out there watching on YouTube. Whenever there is, you have Israel, you have, the thing is that, stop the use of nuclear energy, stop the use of nuclear weapons, worldwide. Why stop the use of nuclear weapons, and why no nukes? You have to understand it. And then I believe, or just believe for what it stands for. Don't do to others what others don't want you to do to you. Is that could ring a bell for some folks that always saying that, yeah, it's time to destroy these false documents. If it's not false, I hope and pray to God that somebody out there, as Benedict had visited Israel, somebody else visit China and forgive all these people for what they have done, instead of going all the way around in circles and then boom, 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 boom. The spying on the IRA is the best solution if Ireland encased deals with Japan with a free trade and being strong partners. This is more like a mutual relationship of trying to prevent these things, try to prevent another source of, spying on the IRA. That means the British would just tell a message to the Chinese what would the IRA and Japan was doing to see, just in case of everything. Even the Church of England, the Anglican Church, being approved by the Chinese government in case of this situation to stop nuclear weapons. Well, as we put it, Catholics, on the other hand, are preventing the use of cold fusion, prevent the use of nuclear power plants. But in here, the Anglican Church would be and even other Protestant branches will be in a protest against the use of nuclear weapons, spying on the IRA. And this would be if they're spying on the IRA just in case Japan and Ireland has mutual strong relationships of dealing things like that. This is more like I'm saying we have to stop this use of nuclear weapons. We wanted to prevent these nuclear holocausts, and then we all know that this is not right. This is not right. I think all we need to do is to live in peace together, peace and harmony. That's what we need. It is a strong message. It's a video to just prevent you to look at yourself. It's not you could change your religion or whatever it is. Well, this is more like it is involving church and state, and another one involving in preventing and looking for each other is more it's okay to snitch. It's okay to snitch to prevent problems. I think what it is, stop the use of nuclear weapons and nuclear power plants, and it's okay to snitch on the IRA just in case strong mutual relationships between Ireland and Japan and the Catholic Church in Japan, involving with some deacon or with some cardinals or something like that, involving with the government in Japan and the Nanking and the plan to to destroy documents and all this stuff. More like try to prevent this. This is more like this. You know what? It's better off, even though it's better off to save people's lives, or in other words, it's better off that the other part of Ireland totally belongs to Britain than to protect and save and the last use of these weapons of mass destruction, killing everybody just to free a country that, as we have done in the past, Americans back in 1945 with the Japanese. That's done. It's done with that. It's more of peacefully. It's doing things peacefully. Talks and okay, we're gonna return the territory. We're gonna be free. This and that. No wars. No nothing. more like collateral talks and this, oh, guess what, we want to be an independent nation, we want a territory back, and that's it. Just like Britain did with Hong Kong. They returned it to the Chinese. But it's just more like a thing like it's better off than killing each other. Why? Because we need to prevent the use of nuclear weapons, and for the things like for the Fukushima plant and nuclear power plants going haywire, is the need to and another Chernobyl is a very use of stopping using nuclear power plants and starting using coal fusion. So goodbye, and God may bless you and bless whatever the country you come from, and don't get blamed, and please do not judge people for what their wrongdoings. There's good people all over the world as there's bad people all over the world. Goodbye.